Stephon Bonnar just died. But you fucking people that, like, after he died, you post pictures of him in support and all this. Like, well, this man was losing his shit. Where were you? And I'm not saying you had to be there for him, but you weren't there for him then. Don't be there for him now, because now he doesn't need it.
Hi guys, welcome to the weekly news recap of Valor Strategy, where we talk about the latest stories in MMA and UFC. In this video, we'll go over Strickland's shocking remarks over Stephon Bonnar's death, Conor McGregor on Adesanya vs Pereira, Anthony Smith over UFC judging, plus some bonus content at the end. Make sure you keep watching till the end so you don't miss out on the bonus content that we've specially curated for you. Number 1. Strickland blasts people paying tribute to Stephon Bonnar. UFC Hall of Famer Stephon Bonnar died abruptly at age 45 from alleged cardiac issues while at work a few days before Christmas. As was to be expected, tributes came in as members of the MMA world recalled the American Psycho. Despite the fact that it was a kind and thoughtful act, UFC middleweight Strickland didn't view it that way. Instead, in a brief Instagram video he shared, the outspoken fighter called out those who paid their online tributes. He claimed that since Stephon Bonnar had recently passed away, my Instagram feed and Google are bombarded with photographs of people saying,
and like my Instagram feed, Google, it's like flooded with like pictures of like people like, hey, this is me and Stephon Bonnar training. We're buddies, like we used to hang out back in the day, like I'm gonna post a picture about him and get double tap likes. But like, man, the Stephon Bonnar I know was fucking nuts.
From those who weren't there for the embattled former fighter, whose troubles became public towards the latter year of his life, seemed to annoy Strickland. Number 2. McGregor chimes in on Adesanya vs Pereira rematch. The world watched in stunned silence as Alex Pereira, with knockout victories already under his belt against Israel Adesanya in both kickboxing and mixed martial arts, stepped into the octagon at UFC's highly anticipated main event. And when the dust settled, Pereira had shocked the world by defeating Adesanya in the 5th round, improving his record to an impressive 3-0. Now, one man is certainly excited about the much-anticipated rematch. Taking to Twitter, Conor McGregor commented on the fierce rivalry between the two athletes and called Pereira a pretty solid fighter ahead of their UFC 281 rematch. Despite his defeat at the hands of Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor believes that Israel Adesanya would still be the middleweight champion if not for the time restriction in their fight. McGregor speculates that Adesanya could have finished Pereira off after wounding him at the end of the first round. The Irish fighter took to Twitter to show his support for Adesanya, calling him a fierce combatant with stability and expressing his excitement to see how their intense rivalry will play out in the future. With no time restrictions, McGregor is eager to see Adesanya reclaim his belt and bring victory to Team Paradigm Sports. All hail the champion. Number 3. Chimaev frustrated with lack of action. Khamzat Chimaev is still holding out hope that his next fight would be scheduled for March, but it seems like he is having trouble finding a challenger. The undefeated Chechen, who just defeated Kevin Holland via first-round submission, has traveled to Dubai to begin his training camp for an undetermined fight. Chima claims he is willing to compete at middleweight or welterweight, but that several opponents have already declined him, which has only made him angrier as he waits for a fresh bout agreement to be sent his way. Nobody wants to fight. They gave me 4 different countries and 4 different opponents, said Chimaev in his video blog. I'm going to fight somebody, I don't know who. They change opponents all the time. Every week I have a new opponent, but nobody wants to fight. The guys trash talk loud about me and I want to fight you. I want to fight you. When it comes to the fight and sign the contract, they want to run away. The unrelenting fighter has made it clear that he is eager to get back in the ring as soon as possible, and rumors are swirling about potential matchups at both the middleweight and welterweight divisions. Could Chimaev be gunning for a title shot at middleweight, or is he setting his sights on a high-stakes showdown with welterweight rival Colby Covington? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Chimaev is ready to put his skills to the test against any and all comers. Let us know in the comments who Chimaev should face off against. Number 4. Anthony Smith takes a jab at UFC's judges. Anthony Smith is of the opinion that there is a serious issue with MMA judging that requires attention. This past weekend, the subject came up once more as Paddy Pimblett defeated Jared Gordon in a highly contentious unanimous decision at UFC 282. The vast majority of judges gave the fight to Gordon, despite Pimblett's contention that he should have won all 3 rounds. Smith definitely fits into the category of one of the largest robberies of the year, as some are speculating. Do you know anyone besides the 3 judges who determined Paddy won the fight? On the MMA Hour, Smith stated, "When you have these chats about people, I usually sound like such a hater." Smith continued, "I enjoy Paddy. He is unique, and he has produced something that is somewhat unique. Conor served as an inspiration for some of this stuff, but he's crazy and skilled in combat. He may not be outstanding, but he is a great fighter. I have nothing against him and enjoy his interviews and tenacity, but I believe he lost that battle 30-27. The long-standing problem of flawed judging in MMA has sparked numerous suggestions for improvement, ranging from altering scoring standards to adding more judges to even having judges watch the fights from behind the scenes. One widely supported proposal is for more fighters and coaches to act as judges, leveraging their expertise to provide more accurate scoring. While some have expressed reservations about the potential for bias and favoritism, others, like fighter Ben Askren, argue that the current system is so flawed that even a biased approach would be an improvement. As the debate continues, it remains clear that finding a solution to the issue of unreliable judging is crucial for the fairness and integrity of the sport. Number 5. Donald Cerrone's new physique sends the internet into frenzy. Donald Cerrone, a former UFC lightweight and welterweight competitor, has ignited social media with a glimpse at his new body. Fans of former UFC lightweight and welterweight fighter Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone were taken aback when he recently shared a series of training photos on Instagram, revealing an impressive transformation in his physique since retiring from the octagon. After losing to Jim Miller in the second round at UFC 276 and announcing his retirement, Cerrone announced plans to enter the entertainment industry. The images of Cerrone show a significant increase in muscular mass, particularly in his upper body and arms, and have garnered a range of responses from the MMA community, with many praising his impressive bulk gain. It seems that even in retirement, Cerrone remains a force to be reckoned with. Other UFC fighters, including Sean Brady and Mickey Gall, commented on the photos with words of admiration. Some fans made jokes about possible ped use, and Dave Schaller, a former UFC vice president, added to the meme-filled comments. John Wood, the head coach of Syndicate MMA, asked about Cerrone's arms. Cerrone has a successful career in the UFC with 36 wins, 23 of which are tied for second place in UFC history. There is speculation that Cerrone may be considering a comeback, as he has expressed interest in continuing to appear in action films. What do you think about Donald Cerrone's new physique? Comment down below. This last video is one that broke the hearts of everyone here at the Weekday Watch, and watching the video just made us realize the fragility of life and how not to let it go to waste. Last Saturday, we came to know the heartbreaking news of Stephon Bonnar's death. The UFC community honored Stephon Bonnar for his contributions to the sport and for providing fans with enjoyment during his prime. Bonnar has also been credited by UFC President Dana White with salvaging the promotion. Fans all over the world are heartbroken by Bonnar's tragic death at such a young age. Before his untimely death, former UFC fighter Stephon Bonnar made a poignant video sharing the struggles he faced with his declining health and the barriers he encountered in seeking treatment. In the video, Bonnar appeared visibly weakened, a far cry from the imposing figure fans were accustomed to seeing in the cage. Tragically, he also revealed how he was denied access to medical services due to his reputation as an alcoholic. Bonnar's candid and emotional message serves as a poignant reminder of the ongoing battles faced by many fighters, both inside and outside of the ring. Here's the clip that was shared just hours before Bonnar's death.
What's up? 5 days in the hospital now. I was really out of it. Just so confused and disoriented, and when I got in here 5 days ago, they asked me who the president was. I said Bush. I didn't have the year right or the month. It was pretty bad, but apparently my ammonia levels were over 200, and when I asked the doctor if that was bad, he said usually people die at that level, and normal is 20, but levels are back down. I thought maybe it was salmonella, and he also thinks it could be Wilson's disease, so I got to collect my pee for a day. So I'm all hooked up here to the San Axis machine, and it's kind of, you see the suction cups, kind of combine the acupuncture benefits with the electrostim, the TENS, so all into one machine. I believe this technology has been around since 1990. Today's my first time using this machine. They've upgraded it a lot over the 30 years, but yes. We'll see how this treatment helps out this banged up body. Stay tuned. So as president of Team Haitiva, we signed Diego Sanchez and Wes Miller. Going to bring a lot of content to Hitiva.com, including a lot of awareness to the brain health of fighters from my generation. So look out for that. And when you get too old to fight, hey, the next best adrenaline high is racing cars, right? Sugar Ray Leonard. So Team Hitiva, we got Wes Miller representing us today. San Felipe 250, his first race under the Team Hitiva banner. Wishing him a lot of luck. Go get him, Wes. He's a hell of a driver, and I'm happy to have him. But check out content from Wes and Diego coming up here in that Team Hitiva. Peace.
As always, we hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give us a like and hit the subscribe button so we can keep you filled with all the latest in MMA and UFC news.